Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, September 19th. Hey guys, I'm Megan. I love to travel, but my passion is medicine. I'm a first-year medical student. Subscribe to my channel so you can go through the highs and lows of medical school with me. Let's all go on this journey together. I'm tired today. I actually slept in a little bit too. I let myself sleep until 6, but I am still tired. Yeah, so I included a little tiny clip. I didn't vlog much over the weekend or yesterday, but I started my job at the zoo, so that was exciting. So I had my first training shift yesterday, so I worked from 9 to 5. And I'll have another training shift this upcoming weekend, and then after that I'm cut loose. So I really enjoyed it. The zoo is awesome. They have amazing animals. It is massive. So a lot of what we did for training yesterday was just getting familiar with, there's like the regular zoo map, and then there's the behind the scenes map of like all the service roads and roads only for staff. And so just drove around a lot yesterday, walked a lot yesterday, trying to get familiar with the zoo so that I can respond to EMS calls quickly. Everyone I met was so friendly and nice. Like, I think this is going to be the best part-time job ever. So I am getting a slow start this morning, but I don't even care. Everything we have to do today is available over Zoom or pre-recorded or something. So, but it's a lot. We've got new lectures from like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. basically, plus some asynchronous content, like some pre-recorded lectures that are available. There's a lot of information being thrown at us today, so I do need to get my day started. But I made blueberry oatmeal bake for breakfast this week. I meal prepped last night. I made like tofu stir fry stuff and a frittata with leeks and squash. I need to work on some laundry, but all in all, like, relaxing-ish, productive weekend, and straight into a crazy week this week. So I'm going to eat and get started on school.
Basement membrane, in a sense, to the epithelium, except instead of just being on one side, it's on both sides. Then we have the endosteum. This is going to be inside the bones. This is going to be...
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I ended up working from home all day today, which I never do, but I don't know, I just felt like it. So yeah, we had new lectures from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It was a very overwhelming amount of information to take in today. And honestly, I don't really feel like I took in a whole lot of it, but I just have to keep repeating these lectures until it's in my brain somehow. So right now it's almost 5 o'clock. I'm driving up to campus because one of the clubs is putting on a workshop where we are going to learn how to do vasectomies. Why not? What else am I going to do on my wild Monday night? So I'm going to go to this vasectomy workshop, and then I'm in athletic clothes. I'll go for a run after, maybe swing by the grocery store for a couple of things, and then I should watch one more lecture tonight. We'll see if it happens, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I will chat with you later. Well, that was pretty interesting. We learned how to do a no scalpel vasectomy, and they had models sitting out that we could actually like puncture and like expose the vas deferens and we did everything but like the actual cauterization. So it really wasn't difficult to learn at all. We watched like a 10-minute video and then did it, and it's a pretty easy procedure to do. So that was cool. Learned something new today, and now I'm going to go for a run. Good morning. It's Tuesday, September 20th. I ended up studying from home a little bit this morning. Just having a hard time getting moving today. I think I'm still trying to catch up from like all the missed sleep and exhaustion from testing last week. I went to bed at 9:30 and got up at 5, and I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna sleep until 6. So, and then snoozed a little bit, so I didn't actually get up until 6:30. Been watching some videos on membrane physiology and the sodium potassium pump, because that was we had a big, like, hour-and-a-half long lecture yesterday on membranes. So needed to refresh myself on those things a little bit more, and I need to rewatch that lecture, I think. Well, I know I do. It's like 8:30. I'm headed up to school now. I'm going to study for a little bit, and then we have a couple hours of bioethics lecture this morning. So those are usually pretty chill, just kind of talking about ethical situations that could come up as physicians and how bioethicists will handle those at the hospital, or if you don't have access to a bioethicist, kind of how you should think about those situations. So that'll be chill. And then this afternoon, all of the lectures aren't mandatory, so I'll probably go back to school. I'll come home and take care of the dogs, and I'll probably go back to school for the rest of the afternoon and just study and watch lectures. And so yeah, that's my wild Tuesday. Tonight I have at 6 o'clock a meeting for the Student Osteopathic Medical Association, which is a branch of the American Osteopathic Association. That's like the student version. But that is one of the 2 organizations that I joined where you can actually like write healthcare policy and resolution ideas. So we're gonna have our first meeting for SOMA tonight from 6 to 7. So curious to see what they offer in relation to the AMA, which I already met and we had our first meeting for that, and that's also the a very politics heavy organization. So other than that, I might try and go run later. We'll see. I ran/walked last night. I did 4 miles. It was so hot. We've had like this really weird late season heat wave. And like yesterday, I think it got up to 98, and it was so hot when I went to run last night. I walked at least half of that 4 miles. It was just too hot. It's supposed to be stupid hot today too, so maybe I'll do an indoor workout instead. And then I think we're getting a cool front tomorrow or Thursday, so maybe I'll save a run for then. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling and go to school now. Okay, bye. Hello all. It is lunchtime. Our bioethics lecture was actually really good. We were talking about patient consent, all the ways they can or cannot have consent, and spent a lot of time talking about pediatric patients and kind of how to include them in the decision-making process, even though they don't legally have consent. So yeah, interesting lecture. Talked about how like consent works in research too. Yeah, so good morning. Had some good discussion questions. And now, I forgot to say this earlier, I'm running over to the women's shelter that I volunteer at sometimes, Christine's Place, because I haven't been able to volunteer since school started. I've been trying to do clothing drives and help them out that way. And some of the other clubs around campus also support Christine's Place. So we recently did another clothing drive, and I have a big box of like 150 items in my trunk that I'm gonna go drop off at the shelter, and then yeah, go home, take care of the dogs, and study all afternoon. So I will chat with you later.
And gluteus minimus. One of these versions all the way up to this professional. Minimus is going to basically do the same as medius did. Both are capable slightly of immediately rotating. That is not going to be a difference.
Good morning. It is Wednesday. Yeah. Wednesday, like 7 a.m. I got up at 5. I actually feel like rested today. I think I just really wore myself out last week with all the studying and lab time and kind of being sick. And then I didn't really slow down much this weekend. Well, I did Saturday, but I don't know. I think Monday, Tuesday, I was still catching up on rest and just moving a little slower. I actually woke up today and like had energy and was not totally groggy. So I've been watching / listening to YouTube videos for about an hour while I was like getting ready and doing a little bit of chores. Now I'm headed up to school. I'm gonna study for a few minutes, and then we have anatomy lab from 8 to 10. And then after that, I'll come back and change out of my stinky formaldehyde scrubs, and just gonna study from home for a little bit, because at 1:30 I have to go to the Kansas City Department of Health and take the city's EMT exam. Not only do you have to have your national registry and your Missouri registry to practice as an EMT, in Kansas City you have to have a city license too. So part of me finalizing my job at the zoo, which is final, like I've already started training, but before I can work on my own at the zoo, I have to have my city license. So I'm going at 1:30 to take that test today. Fingers crossed I haven't forgotten a bunch of stuff from like National Registry, but that was 4 years ago. Maybe I'll look over some stuff today. She said, my boss said it's very similar to like the National Registry test. So there shouldn't be too many surprising things on it, but I don't know. So hopefully that goes fine today. If not, I can take it up to I think 3 or 4 times. And I don't have my first solo shift for several weeks. So if I did not pass it today for some reason, it's not that big of a deal, but it would just be annoying to have to go back and redo it. But I'm gonna do that at 1:30. The max you can take is an hour, so leave there by 2:30. I have a therapy appointment at 3 at school, because take care of your mental health. And then I'll study for a little bit, maybe work out. And then at 7 p.m. we have a tutoring session in the anatomy lab. So I'll be back in scrubs a little later on today. And that's my whole day already. Just gone. Not a whole lot of time for myself in there, but that's okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go up to school. Talk to you later. Well, I just finished my EMT test and passed. I got an 86%, so that's great. Got my little card, so now I'm officially able to practice as an EMT in Kansas City. So it feels good to have that checked off my list. Okay, I'm looking a little rough today. It is what it is. I'm busy. I got up at 5. Who am I trying to impress? Well, the lady at the health department who was gonna like give me my EMT test, she took my driver's license and she looked at the picture, and then she looked at me and she said, "Wow, You look different. Thanks. I know I look rough today, okay? I didn't need you to tell me. I look different. Oh my God. Okay. Gonna go to school and do my therapy appointment and study, and I will chat with you later.
Is the thigh. In looking at the hip region, we'll start with the bones. After that,
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, the 23rd. I don't think I vlogged at all yesterday. I did absolutely nothing other than school. We had it was a lab heavy day. We had 2 hours in the anatomy lab and then 2 hours in the osteopathic medicine lab. That was a good lab, actually, like a useful, not that none of it has been useful, but like grammar, that, I don't know. I don't know what are words. I enjoyed yesterday's OMM lab because it was learning about hip pain complaints, and I struggle with a lot of hip pain. Specifically, I have sciatica in my left leg, and so it was really interesting to learn about that and ways to diagnose some different hip pain complaints, like learn some testing that you can do to like see, okay, what muscle is involved, or this test means this nerve. So it was really cool and just felt a little more applicable to me because I personally struggle with hip pain. So anyway, yeah. So yesterday was a good study day, just a long, busy day. And today we don't have any new lecture, which is super nice. So I went to the anatomy lab from 8 to 9:30, and then it's 11 o'clock now. From 9:30 to 11, I went to a coffee shop that's pretty close to campus and met with the, I guess you would call her the manager of a community garden very close to school that I have volunteered at a couple of times. It's called Pendleton Heights Community Garden and Orchard. And they don't really have a social media presence. And the orchard has kind of grown now to where they really need to be advertising because they literally have so much food. It's like they want people to come pick and take what they need and want. And so as a new sort of volunteering opportunity for me, I'm going to be managing all of their social media. So I'm going to create Instagram, Facebook, get it all set up, and we'll make a logo and just get the word out about all the awesome stuff going on at the orchard and community garden. And anybody in the Kansas City area, up in the historic Pendleton Heights neighborhood, they've got an amazing opportunity to get some fresh organic produce. Specifically at the orchard, they have like 35 different fruit trees and bushes, and it's open 24/7 to the public. You can come pick and take whatever you want. If it looks ripe and you want it, come take it. They do occasionally do some like harvesting events when they have a bunch of stuff that's ready to be picked, and stuff like that needs to be advertised on social media. But yeah, so if you're in Kansas City, you feel free to always go over there and grab something if you want it. And then they have a community garden that has plots for rent. It's $35 for a large plot for the year, or $25 for a small plot for the year. So if you live somewhere close to Pendleton Heights in like an apartment and you wish you had a place to have your own garden, that's a really affordable space to come do that. Basically all the charges is for whatever water you might use throughout the year. So pretty cool stuff they've got going on over there. I'm really glad they wanted me to help with the social media. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it, and yeah, had a good meeting. So I'm gonna go home and change out of these lovely scrubs that smell like formaldehyde from this morning in the anatomy lab, and head back to school and study all day. It's a cold, rainy, yucky day, so it's a good day to just stay indoors and get a lot of stuff done. So I will chat with you later. Good morning. It is Saturday. I got up at 6:30 and studied, and now it's 11, almost 11. I'm running up to school to pick up a friend, and we are going to go to a fall festival for a couple of hours and then head back to school, study a little bit, and then our simulation department, which has all like the high-tech mannequins that we'll work with a lot in our second year to get ready for clinical training. So the simulation department is opening up for first years today, and we can come in and do a simulated medical event with the mannequins. So we've got the 4:30 to 5 p.m. time slot booked for that. And then I'm gonna go for a run after, and then try to study a little bit more tonight. I am feeling stressed already for the test that is 2 weeks away. So I'm gonna go have a little fun at the festival. Like, I definitely need to do something that's not school for a couple of hours, but also try to make today somewhat productive. So if anything worthwhile comes up that I should show you guys, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll chat with you later.